Hi guys and welcome back to our channel. Today we will be reviewing Bitcoin and Ethereum against the US dollar. We will see where we are and where we might move over the next weeks. If you want to receive on-demand analysis and our trading signals from our robot, then you might want to join our growing community on Patreon. Let's start with Bitcoin against the US dollar. Here we have a weekly chart, which means every candle is a weekly one. Lately, I've been receiving so many messages from my Patreons, and all of them are asking when they should be closing their position on Bitcoin. Let me tell you something clear, very clear. What I've been replying to them is just to use a trailing stop. Okay, so my robot has given a buy long for Bitcoin already in November at 12,500 US dollar, and from 12,500 US dollar we're actually up of 200%. Okay, so what we see here, let's analyze the Bitcoin against US dollar. Okay, what we see is that both the two curves for the Magnus cycles are up. Now this is not enough to understand if you are peaking or not. Okay, if we have hit a all-time high and we should be reversing our position or not. So what we see here is that actually after having broken above the previous all-time high at 20,000 US dollar, roughly, we have experienced a series of 4 white candles. Now what we see here is that every candle is bigger than the previous one. In other words, we are experiencing an increase in terms of amplitude, which is the difference between the point of high and point of low. Is this enough in order to state that we have hit the all-time high for now? Actually, we don't know. And the answer is we don't have any historical data, so we are in no one land. And that means that it's actually impossible to say if we are then moving to 60,000 US dollar or if we are retracing. We cannot use the magician. We have to be professional traders. Okay, so what the great traders do is simply to move their trailing stop loss. You don't need to guess, okay, where Bitcoin will be moving in the future. Okay, so those one who are telling you right now, okay, Bitcoin will be moving to 60 or 80,000 US dollar, actually most probably 99 out of 100 of them are just guessing. Okay, but this is not technical analysis. So now if we move on here, what the traders do is just to move their trailing stop. First of all, they move at their previous entry point. Right now we are obviously locked in profit, so what we should be doing is just choosing the right place where to actually to set up your trailing stop. So what I will do actually is to move my trailing stop at 27,000 US dollar, which is the base of the last candle. What we observe here again is a huge increase in terms of amplitude. This of course is for us a warning signal, yet we could even experience another long white candle even bigger than the previous one, going to hit 60,000 US dollar. So what I'm trying to tell you is that so far we don't see any reason why we should be selling Bitcoin or why we should be reverting and selling short Bitcoin. Okay, again, the reason is because we don't see any bearish pattern. Now if we analyze the CCI 66 period, it might see that we have encountered the all-time high, because the lecture is 465, which was exactly what we have experienced in December 17. But this might be very confusing. In fact, if we switch to the monthly chart, then we will see a completely different lecture. So here we were at 800 points for the amplitude of the wave for the CCI, while here we are at 445. So in other words, what I'm trying to tell you is that we shouldn't be closing the position for Bitcoin until we don't have enough data to state that actually we have hit a point of high. So when we are going to understand where we are in terms of all-time high, so when we are going to understand if we have hit a all-time high, we have to be patient. Trading is also about being patient. Okay, so again, we don't want just to guess, because we don't want to toss the coin, but we want to be rational in what we are doing. Okay, so far we don't see any reason why we should be closing our position. Then if you want to lock even more in profit, you might want to move your stop loss at 1/3 of the current monthly chart, which means 30,000 or 31,000 US dollar. What I will do actually is what I've been showing to you before. I will move my trailing stop loss below, just few pips below the current weekly chart, okay, weekly candle. So again, guys, let's try not to guess. Right now there are no reason to think that actually we are going to revert we're going back to 20,000 US dollar. It's not the correct moment to say this, but we need at least some bearish pattern, because right now we have even the possibility to see Bitcoin skyrocketing and even going farther to, for example, 60K. So right now it's just about guessing. But as professional traders, as traders, we don't want to guess. We just want to be rational. So I've given my target at 20K. I've given my target at 35K. That was rational, okay? That was based on my rational thinkings. That was based on my 15 years of trading, okay? Right now, my experience is telling me that we don't need to understand where Bitcoin might move over the next weeks. What we have to do is just to move our trailing stop. Now let's move on and let's analyze Ethereum. For Ethereum is very clear right now. It's much more clear than for Bitcoin. Let's see where they might move. As I've been stating several times, my target is 1,400 US dollar. From there, we're going through a period of squeezing, and then we will see. We will need to analyze again. We might move towards a new all-time high, which will be given by the difference between 1,400 US dollar and the base of the rectangle at 70 US dollar. Okay, so we might see almost 3,000 US dollar at the end of this current cycle. Yet, if you are holding Ethereum, I would now take profit, because we are going to hit our target at 1,400 US dollar, and then I will be waiting for the retrace from 1,400 US dollar in order to see a new accumulation area. So I will see a squeezing with new test of point of lows. And then once we are actually understanding that we are going to close above 1,400 US dollar, then we might buy Ethereum again on strengthness above 1,400 US dollar with the target at almost 3,000 US dollar.